What's up, everybody? Thanks for jumping on. As you know, we do this every week, 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time here on our off-market self-storage Facebook page. All right, cool. So before we dive in, for those of you who I don't know, my name is Cameron Barsandi, CEO and founder of Storage Life. What is Storage Life? We're a community across the country, finding, funding, operating self-storage together. We teach you how to do it, or we help you scale if you're already in the game. If you want to know more, go check us out, storagelife.com. Thanks again for being here. If you have any questions along this video, just drop them in the DMs. Hit me up on IG, Cameron Barsandi. That's it. That's easy. Or find me on Facebook. We always love to reply and help as many people as we can. Okay, so today we are talking about how myself and my team consistently find deals that we're buying. How do we consistently find good deals? The trick, it's not a trick. It's process and execution. It's systems in place. There's no deep secrets. It's just what are we doing consistently that allows us to keep doing what we're doing successfully? That's what we're talking about. So I wish there was this really cool curtain up reveal on we look here, we look here. No, we look everywhere, and we have multiple channels of how we do things. As you guys know, we're marketing everywhere looking for deals. The trick is, drum roll, we don't look for good deals. Seriously, we don't. There are no good deals out there. They all look bad. All sellers want too much. That's okay. If all sellers want too much, then you guys have the same problem we do. So when you start understanding that we're all on the same playing field, I have frequent conversations with people that say, I can't find deals, I'm stuck. And even if they don't say that they're stuck, I can tell they're discouraged. And that's okay too, because guess what? All of us are having the same problem. Sellers want too much. Brokers want too much. The listings on market are asking too much. Cool. So let's really dive into this. So how do we find good deals? We understand that most deals going to end up buying don't look like good deals on the surface. In fact, as we peel the onion, they still may not look like good deals until we fully understand the story. Let's branch on this, understanding the full story. Whether it's a broker, a wholesaler, a seller, our job is that we consistently build relationships with sellers, right? We're consistently building relationships and understanding the story. Every deal has its own story. Every seller has its own story. There's a specific scenario to every deal we have to understand. The more we understand it, for example, let's say there's a broker who has a listing, and let's say that listing that there's opportunity, but nobody knows it. Maybe the broker's hasn't communicated or put on he or her listing that there's maybe a seller finance option, or that the seller's in distress, right? Maybe they don't mention that to anybody yet. Nobody knows that really. They haven't revealed that. Let's say we talked to this broker 5 times, and this other investor talks to the broker once. Who has a better understanding of the story? We do, of course. We've talked to the broker 5 times. Every time they've revealed a little bit more of that story. And so we're able to understand the scenario better than anybody else, step 1. And now all of a sudden we're getting a much wider grasp understanding of the scenario. So we're able to come up with more creative options and potential outs and potential solutions because we understand the story better than anybody else. A lot of times that's where our creative financing comes in, or a master lease, or anything super clever, or keeping the seller in with a little bit of an equity because they want to sell, but they can't get rid of their legacy because it was their father's, it was passed down to them. And so we get a sweet deal, but maybe we keep them in with some equity. Whatever it is, we're able to navigate that problem better than anybody else. Now I'm going to back up to the very beginning. How do we consistently get these deals? It's because we don't stop at the front line when everybody says, I want too much. Okay, well, I'm not going to make an offer. Well, what about that market? What about the fact that there might be a seller carrying opportunity? What about the fact that that area has 1 square foot per capita? There's all these other things that we're not even looking at because we're discouraged that they want too much, or that the broker wants too much, or that the broker tells us that they won't sell or carry even though they haven't asked the seller in 12 months. And we go back and say, dude, you haven't asked in 12 months. Let's ask the seller again. In fact, let's get them on a Zoom call and let's understand and make sure they really understand what it means to carry the note, avoid maybe some upfront capital gains tax, make interest instead of the bank, right? So it's just understanding and then also offering more solutions. So then all of a sudden, as we're understanding this story better, we're now understanding that there might be opportunity. Okay, Cool, because we've just unfolded more. We understand better than anybody else. The deals we end up buying don't look like good deals. They look like bad deals 99% of the time. Now, 5, 10 years ago, people calling, finding 10 caps because they cold called the owner. Dude, those days are gone. Sorry. Now, it's not doomsday. There's still, I think, roughly 30,000 mom and pop facilities left in the country. Now, a lot of those might be really small, but there's still a lot of really good opportunity. Your ideal mom and pop, it might be more of a broker who had some land that built their own facility, but there's still operation issues. We closed on 60,000 square feet last week. So they were supposedly operators, but when we started looking at the portfolio and their operations, we're like, they are definitely not storage operators. They were investors who bought a large portfolio. We right away recognized tons of value add. On the front end, they wanted 2.6. We were at 2.1, and we weren't breaking no matter what feedback we got from our offer. We were there, and that was it. And we left it there. But we kept going with the broker saying, but we're serious. We're buyers. This is who we are. This is what we're going to do. We are buyers, but we're at 2.1. So if you got 2.5, 2.4, and you think you got a better option, we're not your buyer. But we didn't stop. We still built rapport with the broker. We still showed our cards. We still pursued the deal, even though we pursued the deal without being discouraged that they wanted way too much. And we got the deal. And was it long? Yeah, it was brutal. It was like a 9-month deal. It took forever and all these additional hiccups. It was crazy. We just didn't stop. We made the deal happen. If you're out there looking for good deals, you're going to fail. So stop looking for good deals. Stop. You can't. The good deals are not on the surface. Otherwise, they're being bought. If the good deal, the right fruit was hanging off the tree, we would have already found it and put an offer in like within an hour of seeing that deal. Does that mean there's not potentially great deals out there that you may get lucky? Yeah, but you can't build your career or your storage journey with that kind of system in place. If you're not building a system that's going to allow you to build relationships and uncover good stories and good deals, you're going to fail. I want to help and encourage people to build the system from the ground up, the system that's going to work long term, the deal funnel. We always talk about the deal funnel, the foundation of what we're actually doing. The foundation is we're skip tracing, we're finding deals, utilizing platforms like Go Fish, immediately identifying mom and pops, reaching out to sellers, building rapport, uncovering that even though they want too much, we still think there might be a deal because we see other indicators that there might be an opportunity. So that is the big reveal. The reveal is don't get discouraged. We're all in the same boat. We can all look on LoopNet and Crexy and Craigslist or whatever else, and we're seeing the same deal. And nowadays, a lot of you, like my team, I place trained virtual assistants. I have other people that are utilizing the virtual assistants. We're calling owners. We're making lots of calls. We're marketing. A lot of people are doing the same kind of marketing. And so maybe we're all hitting the same walls, but we're still buying deals. You can't stop. If you can leverage a community, accountability partners, buddies, and build systems that will allow you to keep working and work harder than the 99% of the people, 95% of the people, 90% of the people, you become the 5%, the 10%, the 1%. These are the people like us that we're continuously doing deals. We just have understood what it actually takes to reveal the deals. It starts with building rapport. I hope this helps. It's a big deal. You can't give up. Don't be discouraged. Understand that every problem, every seller is a situation you have to understand and then you have to solve, often with creative finance, and you often have to maybe even educate the broker. We'll see you next week. Thanks again, guys. Good luck. Peace.